Hey guys, if you will go ahead and pull out your printout that you have for Psalm 29, I want to go ahead and show you verses 6, 7, and 8. So we've actually been working on these verses in class in the last 2 days, and even though we're not going to quiz on them this Friday, the 28th, we are going to quiz on them next week on the 4th. Along with all the verses that we've done so far. So I want to go ahead and teach you the melody and how we are singing those verses. So for verse 6, it goes, the words are, he makes Lebanon skip like a calf and Syrian like a young wild ox. So make sure you have your paper out and look at that really carefully as we learn that together, okay? So the motions for that, we're gonna do so we're pointing to God, he makes Lebanon. So Lebanon is a place or a people group. So we're gonna just take our hand and kind of wave with one hand. Okay, so that's Lebanon. He makes Lebanon, and then skip like a calf. It is what it sounds like. We're gonna skip in a circle. Okay, and then the other part says and Syrian, which is another place, or it actually is referring to Mount Hermon, but we're gonna hopefully elaborate on that some at some point. But for now, we're gonna wave our hand because it's also representing another place. So, and Syrian, like a young wild ox. So we're gonna go like this for young. We're gonna tap our heads because you're young people. And I like to think that I'm young as well. Young, and then wild, you're gonna take your hands and kind of swish them this way. So swish like wild, and then ox. You just kind of, sorry, I'm a little bit close to the camera here. We're just gonna hold your hands up like this. So young, wild ox, okay? And then let's go ahead and do that first. So that's verse 6, and it goes like this. So it starts off with he. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf and Syrian like a young wild ox. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down a little bit so you can hear that again. And make sure that you're looking at your paper while we do this. So it goes, he makes Lebanon skip like a calf and Syrian like a young wild ox. Okay, let's try it a couple more times. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf and Syrian like a young wild ox. Okay, once more. And while you're learning this and singing this, go ahead and do the motions. It's going to help you in your memorization. Okay. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf and Syrian like a young wild ox. Okay. So once you've got that, let's go ahead. I'm kind of combining 6, 7, and 8 together in this video just to be brief. So 7 and 8 actually kind of go together. I'm going to turn around for a second and show you my whiteboard. Let's see. Hopefully this will work if I flip it around this way. Let's see. Okay, we'll find out if this is backwards when I'm done taping this. But if you look there, it has verse 6 up top. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf and Syrian like a young wild ox. The next part says the voice of the Lord. So in this psalm, the voice of the Lord is actually written, I believe, 7 times. And so you're going to hear that phrase a lot, the voice of the Lord, the voice of the Lord. And really what the psalmist is trying to drive home is how powerful God is, specifically through his voice. So the voice of the Lord, notice the capital letters on Lord again. The voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. Okay, so those are supposed to be flames right there. That's the best Miss Stephanie could draw. But the word hews, that's probably a new word for you as it was for me as well. It's spelled H-E-W-S. Hews means to chop or to cut out. To chop or to cut out, okay? So it says the voice of the Lord hews, and in class when we did that, I actually went, hi, they like that, whatever, okay. So the voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire, okay. And then the next line, it repeats the voice of the Lord again. It's gonna say the voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness, okay. And then it says again, the Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Kadesh is another place, okay. So, and it is in the Bible, obviously, but it's also in other places in the Bible. So let's look at it again. So it goes, the voice of the Lord hews out, remember that means to chop or cut out, flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. So he's really just like highlighting that last line again. He's saying, yes, the Lord, he does. He shakes the wilderness of Kadesh, okay? All right, so motions for that last part. Let me go ahead and I'm just gonna prop this here for a second, okay? So it goes, the voice, like we did before, the voice of the Lord out, so we're going to go like this, like we're chopping, okay? Hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. And then again it goes, the Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. And we're just going to put our hand to the side like that because it's another place or people group. Okay? So I'm going to sing verse 7 and 8 for you. This is the part with the voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. And then it also goes right into verse 8 there. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay? So it goes, I'm going to do motions as I sing. It goes, the voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, so let me do that again. The voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, once more with emotion. So if you're at home, try this with me and have your sheet right there with you as well, looking at that. Okay, so it says, the voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, now keep your song sheet for a second, and I'm going to bring you back to my piano and let you hear with the accompaniment so you can hear how this goes, okay? All right, so we're actually going to go back to He Makes Lebanon. That's verse 6 that we just did, and it goes like this. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, now we're going to do that about 4 more times to make sure that you've got it. This is what we call a drill. So it's going to go over and over and over. Now each time that I sing it, I want you to be doing your motions at home and also to be singing along with your sheet. So you're going to be looking at the words. It's really important as you memorize that you're seeing those words. Okay? All right, here we go. Start with He, verse 6. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, now let's do it 3 more times. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, we're going to do it 2 more times. Okay, start with verse 6 again. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, let's do it 1 more time. Right here. Verse 6. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord hews out flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. Okay, so when we combine all of the verses together, I'm going to go ahead and sing from verse 1 all the way through 8 so you can hear what that sounds like as a whole. Because next Friday, that will be your quiz, is to start from Ascribe all the way to Kadesh. Okay, so let's try that real quick. All right, it goes like this. Ascribe to the Lord, O sons of the mighty. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory to his name. Worship the Lord in holy shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. So as you'll see, that's a lot of words, but what we're doing is we're just taking little parts and we're putting them together, and so eventually there's a total of 11 verses in Psalm 29. So every week when you have a quiz, work really hard on memorizing that and try not to forget it, because it's going to be a part of next week's quiz. Okay, so hopefully that'll be helpful and not hard. So do your best, and if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.